Hey guys, this is Shaman Gary coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the music salon where great things happen. Man, I hope everyone's doing well out there. I want to have a little lesson today on some cool chord relationships using scales and triads and arpeggios, all that fun stuff. And I played a little bit in the intro here. I was playing a nice minor-y sounding chord progression. C minor to G minor to F minor, right? Okay, and you can play it in any key, but I just chose C minor because it's a nice key. So like I was playing like a... You know, something like that. So first things first, let's just kind of look at the different chords we can play around in. So right here, I'm just playing a bar chord, right? Okay, and there's all kinds of little embellishments here we could do. So, you know, first thing is maybe just play like a minor 7, right? Then I might play a G minor 7 to F minor 7. Just give it a little more of a... But that's pretty crowded up there, isn't it? You know, you can do it, but it's, you know, maybe use that thumb like... So that's really step one, is just find these nice little rhythms, embellish a little bit. So if I'm playing up here though, right, I've got all this information in here, man. So we're in C minor. So, you know, I always try and like think of the scale. Okay, well here's C minor. And that's gonna get you by through most of it. Let me pull up my loop here, let's see here. So if I just play C minor, check this out. Okay, so yeah, you can hear all those notes sound really nice over that, and they all work, you know. So if you're able to be creative with that, you could play for days. And I really like the natural minor off the A string because it's a really fun and easy pattern, right? So, you know, again, here's your minor bar chord. So this is all movable. So if I'm in the key of C, well, there's my root, and I like how the fingering stay the same. It's pretty user friendly. So here. My natural minor. How easy is that, you know? No shifting around. Now, if I start on the E string, which I'll show you later, we have to shift around a little bit. So right here, you stay nice and symmetrical with your hand position, your hand shape. And if you want to resolve it, jump up, but that's your pattern. And you can hear all those notes are inside the chord progression. Now the other thing I like to look at is just then the arpeggio. So here, so here's a C minor arpeggio. Here's a C minor 7. I could play it up higher, right? So that's kind of step one. And then we could also play our minor pentatonic or blues, you know. Leaving out the other notes, get a little more of a bluesy sound, right? So. Okay. But what I really want to talk about today is targeting these chords. Now, a couple neat things happen with this chord progression. So the first thing is if I'm playing around in, I'll start here. So if I'm saying like I'm doing like C, I'll do C minor pentatonic. If I start here, right now instead of going this way, I could, doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go like, I'm going to play like this pattern. So here's my root. If you're not familiar with it, I'm just not going like this. I'm just changing one note. I'm playing it up here. right? So there's my C minor. Now what happens is, I'm going to play over the first two chords like that, but when it gets to the F minor, watch what happens. If I'm playing around, I'm going to call this out if I can. I'm going to go, let's see here. Now watch this F minor. Okay? So what I did there is I was thinking ahead. When it hits that F minor chord, well look, here's my triad or my F minor chord, right? Look at that. 3, 1, 1, 1. So it's in that box. Like if I'm playing around in this, and when it gets right to that, I can time it right with my phrasing. So right when it hits the F minor, I can go. And all I did is I went up the chord. I can play that note, which you could think of as part of the C minor, or like adding a minor 9. Which is a beautiful sound, man. I love that sound like that minor. So anyway, what I want to try and do is when it hits the F minor, time it right, so I'm right there over that chord shape. Let me try and demonstrate that again. So here's a loop. Right here. Again. Right here, right? It's kind of abrupt, but I slid down, right? I slid right to that F note. So when that chord hits, you're anticipating. You're thinking ahead. When you're trying to play over chords, you have to think ahead. If you're just playing in a scale, you don't really have to do that. You can just kind of jam and feel it out, right? Even though you want to be thinking, right? But when you're doing this kind of thing, you got to be one step ahead of the chord progression for it to really be efficient. So that's the first position I would do that in. I would just play, like I said, the C minor stuff. And as soon as that the F minor chord hits in the progression, you're just going to outline that chord with an arpeggio or, a triad or however you want to describe it or think of it as. So now let's do it in another position. Like say I'm up here and this is another nice thing. So right here, look, here's my C minor arpeggio. Look, I'm already on the F minor, right? So that C note is part of the F minor as well, right? So there's a C in there right here. So when I play the C minor triad arpeggio, right, that little nice stair-stepping, here's C minor, here's G minor. So even think about this, I just find these chord shapes in you. So if I do that, that's pretty cool too. I'll go, C minor, G minor. Now play more of a riff. F minor. Right? It's all right there, man. It's kind of cool once you kind of can see this, because it's all right there, man. So you're playing the scale. You're playing your arpeggio. I could even play over every chord, I could go up to that G minor like I just did. I could go, if I want to do that, well, watch this. So here's G minor. So let's get this. Here's C minor, G minor, F minor, or C minor. C minor, G minor, F minor, right? And just mess around with that, man. Get that, play some rhythms. Just do some little exercises, Let's switch it up. Switch it up again. So it's all up and down the neck, and it's really good, like I said, for phrasing over this stuff, because you can really hammer home your point when you're improvising, when you just play those 3 notes of that chord. It sounds wonderful. So again, like if I'm up here, if I'm just playing C minor or C minor pentatonic, or by the way, you can do the arpeggio stuff. I like to, sometimes just do an arpeggio. It sounds kind of like an exercise, but it's still pretty efficient and cool. Right? Or maybe I'll walk back, I'll go. Resolving on that C. So let's look at some other positions to play around in. So let's go up here. So yeah, now if I'm playing my C minor up, if I take the F minor shape, and now I'm up here, it becomes my C minor. So right here's my C minor. Well, let's just find the closest F minor, because that's really what I'm thinking about right now. And by the way, if you find the F minor, just note that the G's up a whole step, or reverse it, G minor, F minor. So that's, the 4 and 5 chord are always just 2 frets or a whole step away. So yeah, if I'm in C minor, let's back up even further. So here's obviously my pentatonic scale. Well, then here's my F minor. Or here's my C natural minor scale, or my C minor, right? So here's the whole scale. Remember earlier I talked about having to shift up. So here's where you have to do that. So when you're going, right? That's the same. You can copy and paste that, but when you get to that G string, you have to go back 1 fret. Have no fear, right? And you shift back up. And I tell people, just practice those little things too, because it's like tripping over your shoelaces. When you're not used to this stuff, you kind of get hung up over this. So like, practice this. See. Now, another thing, if I am going to do that though, here's the funny thing about the minor scale. If you do a major scale, it's all, not all, I think always, I have to think about that for a second, but like when you do a root position, like if I played, it's the same fingerings up and back. You're not going to change anything. But minor, that's not true. So here, I might go like this. So pay attention right here. Now if I go back, I could do that, look. And, I might depend on what I'm playing. See, I just messed up doing that. So I'm probably going to go, because look, that third finger is going to lend itself toward an easy fingering. So you kind of jump back out of position for 1 second. Then you're back in. So I would just, do this little exercise. Right? Okay, now, so we got the scales, we got these things, and now what I want to do is just kind of highlight that F minor over this. So I'll play like a real simple little thing here, staying in minor pentatonic. There's my F minor, I'll do it again. Here's F minor. Right? So wherever you are, you're always, these little chord shapes and arpeggios are accessible. So if I, went back, if I went to the lower strings here, I might go. Well, look, again, that F note is already in your scale, right? So if you're playing minor pentatonic, F is the third note there. So you can think of that. There's your F minor. So again, I'm riffing around. You go right into that arpeggio, man. So find that all over the neck. Look here. Here's C minor, F minor, back down to C minor, F minor. So one more time back up here. There's C minor. There's G minor if I want to think about that. Let's see here. Okay, let's look at some bar chords for a second. And here's another thing. Let me stop myself real quick. excuse me, you know, always do root E. Okay, let me explain this better. If you have a chord progression that is on like the A string starting, reverse engineer that. So the next time around, do it A string. So I'll show you what I mean here. So if I go C minor, look, my root's on the A string. The last two are on the E string, so. No, now let's start on the E string. Let's move the C to the E, and I'll go. And then the 4 and 5 chord are going to be off the A string. Go back down. One more time, back up. And it gives you, you know, it really is good for embellishing and just rhythm practice, right? Because then you find all the other little chords inside the chords. So now, you know, we've got that, we've got this, all from the bigger chords. And then there's also the answer to your soloing, because, you know, here's my C minor. Ah. Let's see here. Let's keep moving up the neck, man. Here's my 12th fret. You know, just know that 12th fret's a good place to just have things kind of at your disposal, so you can kind of go up and back if you don't have the whole fretboard memorized. So just know that your D shape at the 12th fret is C, and if you go like that, you know, there's your D minor shape, which is now C minor. So now there's my 1 chord. Right? C minor, G minor, or look right here, D minor, my A minor shape, so man, like I say, it's so good for phrasing and rhythm stuff. Let me stay here for a second. So if I go, sorry, I forgot the rhythm. Let's see it. Right? Now I'll change one thing. I'll change the other 2 chords. I'll go. Okay. And then, like I said, you can do your phrasing. So here I might do a little lick like this. Right into C minor pentatonic. And then look, there's my F minor. So again, challenge yourself and find this stuff all over the neck. Look, I'll stay here for a second. So again, it's a C minor pentatonic. There's my F minor. So if I play over the track, look, I'll go up here. Romance. Sorry, I got lost here for a second. Oh, so C minor. I would go up here. Right, so from here. So, you know, just one position down of the pentatonic. So, if I play C minor here off the A string, all I did is I just moved it up here to 15, which that's probably what most people are more familiar with, but I just moved it a position back. Then there's my F minor. So, you know, this stuff is, like I said, I can lead you to the water, and you just got to kind of keep drinking it, man, and to your full knowledge here. So there's a lot of good ideas in here. I could really go on for a while. I'm a little bit limited on time today, but I did want to get on here and show you this, because this is a cool little thing I was playing around with this morning, just for practice, stuff I like to work on, just to keep my chops up and stuff like that. So hopefully this helped you guys up, or helped you out, and opened up some doors here for some ideas for soloing. Thanks a million for watching. I hope everyone's doing awesome. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I just hit 12,000, I think yesterday, which is awesome. So we're growing every day. Keep the comments coming, and we will see you very soon in a couple days with another video. Rock on. Thanks.